Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Code language for the day, loyalty. Let's tap into the definition first. You know, with the code language, we always start off with the book definition, and then we go from there. So, the definition of loyalty, the quality of being loyal. That's fine. We can dig a bit deeper. Let's look up the definition of loyal. Loyal definition, giving or showing firm and constant support or allegiance to a person or an institution. I'll read that again. The definition of loyal, giving or showing firm and constant support or allegiance to a person or institution. Loyal. So, when we start talking about loyalty and giving or showing constant support or allegiance, constant support or allegiance. Let's look at the definition of allegiance because we discussed support already. Loyalty or commitment of a subordinate to a superior or of an individual to a great cause. Hold on. My bad, chat. Hold on, chat. Technical difficulty. Allegiance, loyalty or commitment of a subordinate to a superior or of an individual to a group or a cause. That's what allegiance is. So we start talking about loyalty. We start talking about being loyal. We start talking about allegiance. Jay Zilla said, can I get the origin? Was you with this a spelling bee, dog? He said, diplomatical thought, for sure. Souls of Thought said he went to a snow cone. Y'all, wow. They talking about the story time. All right, y'all. Loyalty, man. So, with that being said, I think that loyalty is one of those things that means something different to everybody. Of course, we can sit here and we read the book definitions of all the words when we do the code language conversations, but we all know that sometimes words are used in different ways in society, and in society they have different definitions, even from the book. And if everybody's deciding to use the word the same way that is different from the definition, that becomes the definition of the word when you're out and you're communicating. One thing about loyalty is it's not a linear thing. Even though there's a definition associated to it, loyalty means something different to everybody. You can have a situation where I call, somebody close to me and say, hey, man, you can ride with me or you can not ride with me. I'm finna go do something stupid. Flat out. I ain't answering no questions about what it's about. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on that. And you can slide with me or not. I'm going regardless. Right? To one person, loyalty is the person on the other side of that phone trying to talk them out of it, trying to talk some sense into their head, trying to talk them off the ledge, bring them down. That's loyalty to one person. To another person, loyalty is, I'll be ready in 5 minutes. Which person's right? Which person is wrong? You see what I'm saying? To another person, I'll be ready in 5 minutes. When both of y'all locked up, you looking at them from across the jail like, man, you should have talked me out of that dumb shit. You knew I was in a dark place. I blame you. Then you got resentment on the other side like, man, I'm being blindly loyal to you, and look what the situation is for me, right? Then you got some people that say, you talked me out of that, and I should have went and go handle that business. And now I can't handle it no more, whatever said business may have been. So loyalty means, I'm just giving y'all an analogy or a situation where you can understand that loyalty means something different to a lot of people. Like loyalty don't mean the same thing to everybody. So it's just not a linear thing. Like to me, I feel like loyalty is understanding that life is all encompassing. Understanding that to be long standing with somebody is going to involve ebbs and flows because everybody go through different things on their journey. You got different rates of growth. You have people with different trajectories than others. You have people with different, desires in regards to what type of family infrastructure they want to establish for themselves. So that breeds different sets of priorities at different time frames in life at different ages. And if you can understand all of those things, then you can understand that loyalty is going to consist of you know, like it said, in allegiance, but maybe it's not always going to show up in the way of the constant support. It may show up in the way of allegiance. Like, look, I can't always be there. You know, you got homies, like I got day one homies, like one of my closest friends got 5 kids. Like, bro can't always pull up, bro. He got 5 kids. You feel me? But if I need him, hey, bro, I need you. He gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's loyalty. We don't talk all the time. We ain't spending hours on the phone. We not doing none of that. It's just, bro, you good? Them babies good? Everything good? We good. You hear me? You good? I'm good. It's good then. We doing something. We got a show. We got to move around. We got to go to another. What we doing? Shit, I'm gonna let you know. I got some shit in play. Bet. Say less. And it's like that. But when I tell you, loyal to the soil, loyal to the soil. But to somebody else, that's not loyalty. If they don't hear from you in 3 months, 6 months, it's damn. You know, your phone don't work. Well, damn, you ain't hit me back. Niggas harboring resentment, feeling some type of way whole time. Should be small and petty. They got no reason why. They got no understanding of why you out of contact. They already offended in the door. Them ain't your friends, and that shit ain't no loyalty. That's not loyalty, in my opinion. Jay Zilla said, if you're loyal to the definition of blackness, saving the group in America is complicated because there is or are many tribes in the blackness, right? If you're loyal to the definition of blackness, saving the group in America is complicated because there is or are many tribes in the blackness, right? No, I think black in America is one thing. Like, if you want to, it's 2 different conversations you could have. I appreciate your question. It's two different conversations you could have. Like, black in America is one thing. It's the displaced indigenous people. That's what black is in America. The displaced indigenous people. So the people that was here in different tribes and different colonies when the colonizer showed up, and when they got to taking shit over and mixing and blending us and mixing us and washing away our history and all of that shit, we lost our tribes. We lost for the people who can't trace back. A lot of people lost their history, their lineage, their tribe, they understand it. Then they told us the history they wanted us to know, which is why you got a bunch of people who bloodline from around this motherfucker thinking that they from Ghana somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, so nah, to be loyal to the definition of blackness in America is not complicated. I would have to disagree with you, Jay Zilla. I don't think it's complicated at all. I think we all know what a black man is. Now, would I be pleased if all the copper-colored people start looking at each other like brothers and sisters to a degree? Kinda. I mean, I still believe in natural-born enemies. I believe in the concept of nature. So I don't think all black people are supposed to get along. Just like I don't know that black and white people are supposed to be cohabitating. I don't know that naturally, that's supposed to be the case. You would have to take me astro project me to a time or a dimension or something where I could see how it used to be historically before there was this many people on Earth. Like when it was Western and you could go to a small town and, you know, the population was 400 people. Were those towns integrated naturally, or was everything naturally segregated? And then civilization start pushing the ideology of all of us are human and we could coexist living next door to each other and on top of each other. Because the shit ain't been peaceful since. I'm going to just let y'all know that. But back to the subject at hand, though. I appreciate the question, Jay Zilla. Loyalty, man. I think that, like I say, it's something that means something different to everybody. I think that if you desire to be a loyal person, then the people that you desire to be loyal to, you should have an understanding of what loyalty means to them. If you desire to be loyal, you should have an understanding of what it means to be loyal to them, because you could be being loyal the way that you see fit, and a person could literally not see loyalty the same way. So I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's what, again, like when we break these code languages down, normally it's just a word or two, and then we get into talking about it and we start applying it to life, and we start talking about how much nuance it has to it and the application of it and the misapplication of it. And it just makes you realize why effective communication is such a fruitful skill to have. Because like the way I'm cracking these codes every day and the way I'm pushing this workout to y'all every day, I'm finna make a lot of money doing this shit. But doing the codes and breaking all this shit down, it really does make me understand why understanding isn't necessarily as common as we feel like it should be. It helps me to understand why comprehension isn't as common as we feel like it should be. Because if you're simply operating off of your public school American education and you didn't seek anything further, even if you went to college, I'm gonna go that far, even if you went to college and you don't seek anything further in the way of literature, film, art, additional leisure education to broaden your horizons, you'll have a very difficult time understanding nuance in communication. And because the lack of understanding for nuance, you'll look at everything like right and wrong, black and white, A or B, like it's a Scantron, when actually a lot of times things are in the gray. They're in the gray. Somebody say, oh, this person disloyal. Well, what did he do? What did he do? Well, I was struggling with alcoholism, and you know, I had went to rehabilitation. And I had been clean for 100 days, and my birthday came around, and I just wanted to have a shot. So I just only had one freaking shot, man. I only had one freaking shot, dude. And my buddy goes and tells my mom and freaking dad that I had a shot. He's freaking disloyal, dude. I tamed it. I had the situation under control. One person would say, the person that's in the situation that's upset, they say, man, you disloyal, man. I had it under control. I said I just wanted one shot for my birthday. That's all I had. And you didn't have to go running off at the mouth because I told you I had it under control and I showed you I had it under control. And the homie could say, man, I was trying to be loyal to you and look out for you because you know you struggle with addiction, and one shot may be all it takes to push you back over. So I'm being loyal to you and looking out for your best interest, regardless of how you feel. And somebody on the outside looking at the situation, one thinks the person's disloyal, the other person thinks they're being completely loyal, and a person looking at it from a third party could be like me and say, I understand both of y'all positions. Totally understand both of y'all positions. And I think that's what we get to when we crack codes. We get to a place where we're understanding of all of it. We have our own individual position and our reason why, and then we have our understanding of how everybody else sees it too and their reasons why, even though we disagree. I think we master that. I think we through all of these code languages and all of these live streams and all of these discussions that we have and the panels that I'm about to start bringing to y'all, we keep tapping in this way. I really think the impact is going to be significant. For sure. Make sure everybody's sliding through here, hit that like button. All right, y'all. So it's that time. That's the code language for the day. Loyalty. If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a cash app. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart, now harden the flow.